thoughts about dementia. Well, I gotta say that it is completely weird and strange, because you'll have those moments where that person you love will tell you how much they're grateful for you and how much they somehow suddenly will say something interesting, like, let's say the person that you hang out with, whoever it may be, your family member or loved one, suddenly says something like, oh, you're that person that takes me out, oh, you're so sweet, and they'll be very grateful, but then suddenly they'll forget, and sometimes they'll sabotage your name and say evil things about you. And I think that's just incredibly sad, because when you've never done anything wrong to someone that you really love and that person's going through dementia, Alzheimer's, it's like the saddest thing to see somebody that you love just completely become like completely scared, or they start shivering, or they start moaning, or you try to do something normal like try to lift them up out of bed so that you can encourage them to move on with their day, and then they start screaming and yelling at you and telling you to leave, and you're not the person you say you are. It's like seriously sickening and very sad, because some people say that when you have people like go on to like pass away and stuff, they're just like totally heartbreaking and sad and different and like maybe evil or just strange, and so it makes it easier for that person to pass on, and makes it easier for you to like say goodbye, because it's so painful. So I'm not sure if my grandma is purposefully like letting me go somehow, or if that's just like the natural way of life, because it's kind of like a gorgeous flower. You love that flower, but once it starts dying, that flower has no more purpose. And if it does have a purpose, it might be a seed, right? So getting a seed from a flower that's dying, that might be something pleasant, right? But again, it's with the whole renewal thing, it's with the whole dying and renewal thing of life. So maybe my grandma's seed would be like her character and the beautiful things that she taught me that will possibly transfer over to me, and then for me to a friend or to a child or to a loved one or a stranger, so it'll like continue to go forward. But anyways, I just thought that was an interesting story, and just wanted to share that with you, that this life can truly be really beautiful but really sad, especially when you have a loved one that is going through a strange passing. And sometimes it is through sickness and disease, dementia, Alzheimer's, who knows, whatever it may be, but it truly sucks. So I hope that in a couple hours my grandma will be back to her cheerful self again, because she was almost like making these noises like she was gonna pass away, like she was gonna croak and die or something. It was just so weird, so strange, but we just gotta let go of what is not good for us anymore in life, and kind of like a relationship that is no longer benefiting us, either one party or the other. It's good to just say goodbye, even though it hurts, because sometimes with pain it requires of us to just walk away, heal, move on, and start anew. So I bless all of you, and I just wanted to share a little bit about what dementia Alzheimer's does and how grandma's doing. Supposedly, it was reported to me from my mother that on Sunday, which today is now Wednesday, my grandma wasn't very kind to my mother either. And it's just sad, you know. And then she's confusing, so wherever she's at, she's like, I don't want to be here, get me out of here. And then she'll like say things like, I want you to leave, but yet then she'll say, take me out of here. So it's just like a bunch of mess. My husband's really interesting. He's a family marriage therapist, and so when I talk to him about these issues, he knows about the psychology and the mind about people, and he says that when people have a disease, sometimes they don't even know what one is, or two, or a tree, or a shoe, or they just don't know what certain things are anymore. So the mind does start breaking down. So we can't like just blame people or think that they will understand, because sometimes that person no longer understands. It's like the brain starts falling apart and breaking. So again, I encourage all of you to just continue to love your people, but also learn to let go and let God heal you and move you through in this life however you're supposed to. And let's just let go of that confusion and that sadness and allow it to get some air. So right now, Grandma not being with me, she's getting that air and that space that she needs to process whatever she's going through. And I just pray she's well, and I pray you're all well too. In Jesus' name, have a blessed day, y'all. Bye-bye.